Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we are back with yet another tier list and we're ranking the Premier League away fans for the 21-22 season. If you'd have been on my channel before, you'll have seen we've done this for the Championship away fans and the League One away fans. So today we're doing the Premier League away fans. If you want to see League Two and National League, let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel guys, please do make sure to go down below and hit the red subscribe button, and do feel free to leave a like on this one. Let's get 100 likes and let's go through this. So then guys, we are back with yet another tier list, and let's just break this down for you guys. We've broken it into 4 tiers this time because there's only 20 teams. At the top we have elite for the very best, then very good, then decent, and then poor. Just remember guys, this is the Premier League. All of these will take loads of fans to every ground, and it is very hard to separate these. They've all got very good fans in their own right, so this will definitely divide some opinions between you guys. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are as we get into the first one. First up then we have Leeds United, and obviously when they were in the Championship and League One going back quite a few years now, they definitely had the best away fans in those leagues. And now they're in the Premier League, you think, ooh, they're competing with some of the bigger ones, but I'd still say that Leeds United have elite away support, even by Premier League standards. You'll have saw it in the last couple of games they've been to. Fulham away in the Cup, they took over 5,000 down there. Newcastle away in the League, they took over 3,000 up there. Really good support from Leeds United. Not just the numbers, but the noise they make as well. Singing loads of chants, marching on together. I just think Leeds United have some of the best support, and honestly, they watch some really good football as well, because Leeds United can put a show on. So Leeds United's away fans are going in elite. Next up are Norwich City, and at home, they're pretty good. Even on the road, they're not bad. They're not the worst in this league, despite sometimes being the worst team in the league. I'd say Norwich's support is somewhat underrated. I think in the Premier League, you know, you're up against some other really big clubs with big fan bases, but on the road, they can make a bit of noise. It's nice to see a big yellow and green away end, and I'm going to put Norwich in decent. Remember guys, this is the Premier League. It is very hard to break into the elite and very good fans, so I think Norwich will settle for decent. Next up are Watford Football Club, and I think I'm going to go on a level with Norwich. I think I'm torn with Watford. I might just put them in decent as well. I've seen them go away to a few grounds and take some good followings, especially the London grounds. Obviously, they're quite local, but even going up north, Watford will take some decent numbers. They'll make a bit of noise. So Watford, yeah, I'm just going to sneak you into decent. Next up are Arsenal Football Club, and it's an interesting one. At home, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because you can sometimes see empty seats at the Emirates. Obviously, there's protests going on. There's not great football on the pitch, and it's dividing Arsenal fans at the moment. On the road, they're always good. They always sell out their allocations. And yeah, that is pretty mad considering that on the road, they barely win any games, despite the fact they did win away at Burnley the weekend just gone. Arsenal's away fans, they're not bad. I've seen them before when I went to West Brom versus Arsenal in the Premier League a couple of years ago, and I thought they were okay. They're not the best I've seen, but I think I'm going to put Arsenal's away fans in very good. Next up are Burnley Football Club, and to be honest, I don't know all too much about Burnley's away support. I think I've seen pictures before where they've taken maybe a couple of thousand to the odd ground here and there, but ultimately Burnley don't strike me as a club that have a massive away support or following in general. I suppose they are sort of punching above their weight being in the Premier League, and I tell you what, they're doing a great job. They've been in the Premier League for a few years now, but unfortunately for their fans, I'm just going to sneak them into poor. If there's any Burnley fans watching, let me know what you think. Next up are Aston Villa, and this does pain me as a Coventry fan, but I have to admit, Aston Villa's fans are very, very good. Home and away, to be honest. Villa Park is a very good ground to go to for atmosphere, but on the road, very good as well. They always sell out their away allocations, and Villa, yeah, they travel in numbers. They make a lot of noise, and to be honest, I think quite a few West Midlands clubs do. So obviously most people would say Villa are the biggest club in the West Midlands, and yeah, their numbers are very good. So I'm going to have to put Aston Villa in elite. Next up, Brighton and Hove Albion, and maybe slightly underrated fans, to be honest. I don't think Brighton's fans are talked about that much. I think at the Amex, yeah, they're pretty good, but on the road, they're not bad. They'll take a few thousand, and to be honest, Brighton's one of those locations, a bit like Norwich and Newcastle, where it's quite a journey to get anywhere from Brighton, because obviously they're on the south coast, and yeah, not bad. I'll put Brighton in decent. Next up, Manchester United, and it's a funny one, this. If it was home support, I might put them a little bit lower than where I'm going to put them for their away support, purely because Old Trafford is a little bit touristy now. A bit like with some of the other big clubs. Obviously, they'll have some fans making some noise, but you've got some fans that are just day trippers and they don't get involved in the chanting or anything, and it can kind of kill the atmosphere a bit. On the road, though, you can't fault United. Very good support, and I'm going to have to put Man United's away fans in elite. Next up are Chelsea Football Club, and Chelsea's support is pretty good, to be fair, home and away. Yeah, they make a bit of noise. I feel like Chelsea's fans have been getting better in recent years. I do think they are quite good on the road. I'm going to put them in very good. I don't think they're at the top level, but they are very good, to be fair. They'll take good numbers in Europe as well. So I'm going to put Chelsea next to Arsenal. Next up are Crystal Palace. Massively, massively underrated set of fans. Home and away. Selhurst Park can get a really good atmosphere rocking there when they're playing good football. And yeah, you'll see that on the road as well. Crystal Palace will take good numbers away, and they're a really loud bunch. They're some of London's best fans. I think Crystal Palace are very good. And this might surprise a few people, but I'm actually going to put Crystal Palace in elite. Next up are Everton Football Club. They're very well supported as well. On the road, they always sell out. A bit like all these teams in the Premier League, to be fair. That's why it's so hard to do this tier list. But no, on a serious note, Everton are very good, and they do make some very good noise. Oof, I'm torn between elite and very good. I might just sneak Everton into very good, but they are really close to elite for me. Same with Leicester City. They have very good support. I've seen them at Newcastle before. I went to Newcastle Leicester on New Year's Day a couple of years ago, and Leicester took quite a few thousand, and they were singing the whole way through the game, and they were bossing the game as well. So they kind of silenced St James's Park, and yeah, they were very good. And I've seen them at Wembley. Obviously, I went to the Charity Shield a few months ago, and I thought Leicester's fans were very good for a Charity Shield game. Much better than Man City's fans on that day, to be honest. And oof, once again, a bit like Everton, I'm torn between elite and very good. I'm going to put Leicester in very good. Once again, if there's any Leicester fans watching, where would you put yourselves? Next up, Liverpool Football Club, and they are very well supported, to be honest. Liverpool, once again, at home and away, they're a bit like Manchester United. They're just going to sell out no matter what, and they are very good on the road. I'd make an argument to say their home support's probably better than Manchester United's home support, though, because I think Anfield, especially for the European nights in the week, is a bit of a fortress. But yeah, on the road, Liverpool, you can't fault them, and they are a very loud bunch. Elite. Next up, Manchester City, and I've been to see Manchester City fans a few times, one of them being the Charity Shield game. And to be honest, despite sitting in the Man City end and cheering them on, I wasn't all too impressed. Fair play to the Man City fans that do go, but ultimately, they're competing with the top 6 clubs in the table, but ultimately, their fan base is nowhere near because they've not been a top 6 club for more than 10, 15 years, to be honest. So, Manchester City, this is harsh, but I'm going to put you guys in poor. Like I say, fair play to the Man City fans that are loyal, that have been there since the start, but some of them, nah, not great. Next up, Newcastle United, and just like when I did the League One video, I said Sunderland have some of the best fans, but so do Newcastle United. These North East teams just take thousands everywhere, and remember, Newcastle's very far away. They're all setting off very early in the day to get to your ground, wherever they're going, and yeah, Newcastle's fans, you can't fault them. I've been to see them a few times, and yeah, fantastic away support. Next up are Southampton, a club which I'm not 100% sure with their away fans. I think they're fairly good. A bit of an unknown one to me, so I might just slide them into decent. I can't remember when I've ever seen Southampton on the road, so this is one I'm a little bit unfamiliar with. I'll put Southampton in decent. Once again, any Southampton fans in here, let me know your thoughts. Next up to Tottenham Hotspur, and yeah, very good. So I will put them in very good. I've seen them once or twice. I think I saw them play West Brom at the Hawthorns as well, and they were quite good. On a level maybe with Arsenal and Chelsea. That's a question to you guys in the comments. Who's got the best fans in London? Next up, another London club, West Ham United, and seriously underrated. And once again, it might surprise a few people, but I'm going to actually put West Ham in elite. I think at home, it's a weird one because they play at the new stadium, the London Stadium, which I'm not a massive fan of. I think Upton Park was amazing, probably one of my favourite stadiums I've never been to, but the London Stadium doesn't quite have the same atmosphere. However, on the road, West Ham's fans are still very good, and I'm going to put them in elite. Next up are Brentford Football Club, another London team, and I do like Brentford. I love the journey they've been on, but ultimately they are mixing it in with some of the big boys here, and I'm going to be quite harsh and say they are poor, just because they're on that Premier League level now, going up against some of the best. I think they will be taking good numbers, they've already taken a few, and they will be making a bit of noise, but ultimately they're mixing it in with real quality here. And last up is Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm going to go for very good. Once again, I do like my West Midlands teams when it comes to their fan bases. Wolves are a very well supported team, especially on the road. And that wraps up today's video. So then guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Make sure you have dropped a thumbs up on this one. Subscribed if you're new, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.